Hi everyone, Jason here. I've got to be honest with you right from the top. I am not my usual happy camper self, and that really is what me on my juice box is all about. And actually, it's something that I really didn't want to do. Normally, of course, you'll find me in a kitchen where I'm making some kind of juice or smoothie and relatively upbeat. And if I'm honest, the thing that really kicked it off was one particular post from somebody who calls themselves the fitness chef. Here's the post. It says real on the right-hand side, that's liver. And on the left-hand side, it says bullshit, and it has my book. In other words, what he's saying is that the liver naturally detoxifies the body and juicing doesn't. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've written over 15 books on juicing, health and addiction. Not once have I ever said that juicing detoxifies the body. So straight away I thought, I don't think he's read my book. And then he comes up with four really good points. No, actually, he hasn't got four really good points. He's got 4 points is what he's got, none of which are any good or will hold up to any scrutiny at all. I'll come on to those in a second. But what he bangs on about underneath it, and this really gets on my goat, 99% of people who choose this diet want to lose weight, in brackets fat. The thing is, this diet will work if you stick to all 5 days. So you'll probably succeed, in brackets, on this diet. But what happens in the 5 days after that, 5 weeks after that, 5 years after that? Nothing. The guy can't have read the book. This is what I'm thinking, right? And then he says underneath this, what about detoxing your body? Because apparently all these toxins are the reason people are overweight in the first place. What? I didn't say that at all. These toxins constantly make people eat in a calorie surplus. What? Where's he read that? They prevent people from getting off the sofa and exercising. What? Can't remember writing that. Damn those toxins he put. Wait, what? People have a liver. I love this. The liver already works to detoxify my body. Same message, someone like Dr. Hazel posted this in January. Things that detox the body: liver, kidneys, lungs, skin, colon. Things that do not detox the body: juices, cleanses, teas, supplements. I'm aware of that. Not once in all the books that I've ever written do I say that juicing detoxifies the body. All we're trying to do is give the body a chance to do what it naturally wants to do. If I can't breathe properly because somebody's gently got hold of my neck, then actually if they let go of it slightly, the body can do what it naturally wants to do, which is breathe. The body naturally wants to detox, but obviously if it doesn't have the time and space to do so, then it can't do it efficiently. But anyway, the craziest part of this is that I said to him, look, his anger would be better placed against the junk food industry and maybe Big Pharma. And I said, if you actually have read any of my books, you would know long-term changes is something that I cover, because I do actually cover everything in the books. In fact, in that book, the irony is in that book, I cover in depth the word detox. There's an entire chapter in that book called Detox, What's in a Word? And what I explain is that the word detox has changed over time. If you say something going on a detox, they know what that means. That means, you're going to be eating well for a few days and you're going to not have alcohol and some other junk. That's what everybody knows it to mean. So then he writes back, right? I love this. I can assure you that my post is only intended to draw attention to my opinions. Unfortunately, I cannot change these to correlate with your opinions on how sustainable weight loss should be done. Not asking you to. I'm sorry if I've offended you personally. No, I certainly wasn't offended by what you said. I just thought it was ridiculous. But my passion is directed at the entire juicing detox fad. Juicing fad, it's been around for over 4,000 years. It's not a fad. A fad is something that comes and goes, and juicing is still very much around now. I'm sure that there are many things we both agree on. But not on this one, sadly. I've not read your book. Oh, I must have misread this. Sure, I must have this wrong. Sadly, I have not read your book. The book you call bullshit. That book, the book that you said doesn't give any information about how to sustain. Wait, that same book. You can't mean that book because that'd be mental. You can't actually mean. But I did some background research before the post, but not the actual reading of the book. My goal is to provide people with facts. Going a bit hard and loose with the word facts there, I feel. In a way, I'm being slightly unfair to the fitness chef. I've looked at the stuff that he's doing. He's a lean guy, and he's right. There's a great deal of what we do that we agree with each other as well. What I find really crazy, though, that you put up an Instagram post like that so that you got people going, yeah, you're right, yeah, yes, tell it like it is. Oh, great post, mate. Can't get enough of these comparisons. So let's revert back. But what happens 5 days after that, 5 weeks after that, 5 years? Nothing, because nothing sustainable is learned. Well, in other words, when somebody goes back to normal eating, it's a short-term thing. It's to get into your little black dress. So listen, I just want to say, fitness chef, I want you to meet a couple of people. Okay, this is Nikki. 6 months after coming to my retreat, she did 7 days on juice, which kick-started a very healthy eating plan. She is now a shadow of her former self and has dropped 40 pounds. But it's not sustainable. Obviously 6 months, she's bound to go back at any minute now is what's going to happen there. I just want to introduce you to, just a little one, to a guy called Neil Martin. If you look at his before and afters, just to let you know that once again, joining the big detox, he's called the big detox. Oh, because he's allowed to use that word. Imagine not getting freaked out by the word detox. Amazing. Since I started juicing, I've gone from being an out-of-breath couch potato to a marathon runner, more than 5 stone. That's 70 pounds lighter. He hasn't got asthma anymore either. IBS and various other health issues are all gone. I'm loving being young again. But it's not sustainable, is it? You're right. Again, of course you're right. You've done all the research. You said you've done the research. You haven't read the book or actually done the research, but you've said you've done the research. Always I tell you what, why don't you meet Charlie Green? Have a little look at Charlie Green. Over 6 stone lighter, skin much better. But yeah, juicing makes you fat, and clearly my body isn't getting enough nutrients. Better go back to chocolate, Diet Coke and takeaways. And doesn't she make a valid point there to all the fitness chefs out there, whoever you may be, Food Medic, Fitness Chef, Time Magazine. But when you look at somebody like Charlie, isn't it weird? People say juicing's dangerous. Oh, you've got to be careful. Juicing's dangerous. What? We're talking about green juice. So do I need to consult my doctor first? And 9 times out of 10, we have to say, actually, just to make sure, why don't you check up with your GP first? Which seems crazy considering the average GP has 6 hours worth of nutritional training, over 6 years worth of training. Imagine you were going to Vegas or Ibiza and you were going to go on the beer and the wine all week long and you're going to eat nothing but burgers and you're not going to do any exercise. Nobody once says, are you going to Vegas? Oh, hang on a minute. Have you contacted your doctor first? Nobody says it. You say you're going on a green juice diet, like, oh, people start freaking the hell out. And not just regular people, but also doctors as well. And that's why when this post came up by the Food Medic, you can see it up there as well, I thought that I would reply, over time, the wider meaning of the word phrase changes beyond the dictionary definition. Mentioned that already. Then this is her reply to me. The use of the term detox as a period of abstaining from certain foods or drinks is incorrect. I know it's incorrect, as in the dictionary definition, but things change over time. And the vast majority of people do, despite what you say, believe it to mean a period of time without certain foods or drinks. They're going on a detox. Nobody knows what it friggin' means. And actually, you will find that most people believe it is the removal of toxins from the body, which is indeed true. But juices, cleanses do not serve this purpose. Again, again. I've never once said that juicing detoxifies the body. Is that clear, please, people? All I've said is that we're giving the body the chance to do what it wants to do, which is to naturally detoxify using the organs that she pointed out in her post. But if the body has too much to do in a given day, it can't do the work. Listen, if all those organs naturally detoxified you, how come my mother got lung cancer, stage 4 lung cancer. She was a smoker. If the lungs naturally detoxified all of the rubbish, then she would never have had that disease, would she? But there was too much coming in, the body couldn't cope. Why is people getting overweight? Why are people getting sick? Why are people getting diabetes? Why are people getting a whole plethora of different illnesses? If all the organs are perfectly capable of detoxifying everything that it throws in. Do you not see? Oh. If you have a normal functioning liver, we're back, aren't we? If you have a normal functioning liver, your body can remove environmental toxins and waste products in the body just fine. That is true. I understand that. The problem is a normal functioning liver, a normal functioning kidney. It can only be normally functioning if it doesn't have too much to deal with on a given day. There is no scientific basis to a juice cleanse as a method of detoxification. I agree. There you go. We agree. I never said it was. I don't know if I mentioned that. Yeah? Have I said it? Did I also mention that Fitness Chef never read the book? Didn't read the book. I'm aware there's an obesity epidemic. I work for the NHS. I'm a qualified doctor. Oh, well, then that's all right then. But this is part of the reply that really made me mad. But the answer is not through fad diets, which serve no long-term benefit. They lead to development of poor digestion, encourage disordered eating, and put people at risk of nutritional deficiencies. Not to mention the impact to people's mental health. Young women and men, ! should not be encouraged to remove foods from their diet unless there is a medical reason to do so. They're morbidly obese. They have IBS. They have type 2 diabetes. They are sick and overweight. That is a medical reason to remove certain foods from their diet. I am all for getting more fruits and vegetables into the person's diet, but a diet solely of fruits and vegetables, even in the short term, is restrictive, unnecessary, and not beneficial. All right, it's introduction time, people. Hazel, and if you're still watching The Food Chef, meet Kelly. This is Kelly Gill. Juicing has completely changed my life. I'm so grateful to Jason for giving me the inspiration I needed to make the change. No more epilepsy, no more asthma, no more IBS. Starting juicing and attending the Juice Academy are two of the best decisions I've ever made. This is why I have an issue when you say things like, but the answer is not through fad diets, which serve no long-term benefit. Again, let's look at Kelly again. Look at the word long-term benefit. I'm not saying this will work for everyone. I'm saying praise the juice, it's a miracle. I'm not saying I'm a doctor. I'm saying, like the first doctorate, first do no harm. She was already on medical drugs, already eating the wrong way. How was her liver, her kidneys, her lung, how were they functioning then? Were they rocking and rolling? Or actually, when you remove the rubbish from the body, living on juice for 7 days is abnormal, I grant you. Living on Pringles is also frigging abnormal. Living on alcohol is abnormal. We're trying to counter the abnormalities. It's because in my books, despite what some say, oh, sorry, the ones that haven't read my frigging book, is that I do a phase 1, a phase 2, and a phase 3, and I cover addiction psychology. Because the real problem is the addiction to, I say junk food, but it's more like drug food, white refined sugars and so on. But of course, that's just a one-off. Oh, hang on a second. Hazel, Food Chef, Time Magazine, and all the others. Do you want to meet Hannah as well? Let's have a little look at this. Day 57, she wrote, at Juice Master, clear skin program, and I'm 100% clear of psoriasis. There is an answer, she put. It is diet. It does work. Look at the difference in the pictures. That's like night and day. That's not the same person getting up every day. And you talked about that a short-term juice diet creates mental health issues. Can you imagine just the difference in her mental health by having clear skin compared to what she was going through? You see, the challenge that I have is when somebody does this with just headline reading, is that it may prevent somebody who this approach may help from even starting it. And that's the issue that I have. Actually, sorry, you might want to meet Kelvin as well. Kelvin's here. Kelvin recently come back from my retreat. He was there for 3 weeks. The guy, when he arrived, genuinely was upset. Genuinely, his life wasn't his own. I mean, he had Crohn's disease. He was taking a plethora of medical pills. So Kelvin just took the time to write to me. Actually, this letter came in this week. The timing is absolutely perfect. Hi, Jason. Well, I've been home for 2 weeks now, and I still can't find the right words to say to you. So here goes. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me and my amazing wife and kids. You have given me a new life that my wife and kids can now enjoy. I'm up in the morning. Instead of being bedbound for days at a time. I'm down to 2 to 4 tablets a day and in no pain whatsoever. He was taking 450 tablets a month and he now takes around 80. Surely you must take stock and go, do you know what, actually, let's look into this. Actually, if he's just reduced that medication and the burden on the NHS, we're in this situation where illness is prevalent. The organs aren't working as well because we need to give them some space and time to do so. And we need plant-based food. But we're doing something in the short term, and those people that say, but it's not sustainable. Of course it's not sustainable. It's 7 days on juice, or it's 14 days on juice, or for some that are already in a bad way, maybe a maximum of 28 days on fresh extracted juice and blends. But no one's ever said to become a juicearian or a juiceorexic. Oh, that's the law, I'm mad! And my final thought, you might have guessed it, is to none other than the person who I've highlighted greatly throughout my first ever Jason O's Juice Box. That represents, unfortunately, he's the representation of the last 20 years of people spouting nonsense. And that is, of course, the fitness chef. A little bit of advice. If you are going to slag off somebody's book, just a little thing here, make sure you've read it first. Till next time, see ya.